Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a best of 5 from Katowice 2020. It's going to be Ephemera on the ladder edition for game number 1. It's going to be INnoVation versus ShoWTimE. Top left-hand corner, we have the Korean Terran player. It is INnoVation. Holy terrifying. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, ShoWTimE. He's from Germany. He's been playing so very well recently. He's been giving players all that they can handle and winning. He got to the round of 12 here. And let's see how he does here against INnoVation. INnoVation can be a little bit up and down sometimes. ShoWTimE's more steady, but I feel like INnoVation's peaks are a little bit higher than ShoWTimE's. So we will see how these two fare against each other in this best of 5. Hit that like button if you're excited to see a PvT between two excellent players. And no proxies. No proxies indeed. Let's see if INnoVation makes a Reaper. Some players don't make a Reaper because excellent Protoss players will just kill it with an Adept or a Stalker, and they don't get anything done. But for scouting purposes, Reapers are pretty good. Little bit of probe harass here. Pulling another SCV off the line. Yeah, and there is a Reaper. Alright, so Reaper's name is Diego Armando. Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Formerly the enigmatic masked prosecutor known as Godot, Mr. Armando was found guilty of murder by Phoenix Wright and imprisoned until the Dominion offered him a way out through the Reaper program. For him, it was a vast improvement, as he's allowed 1 cup of coffee for every kill. Though he's used to having 17 cups per day, this is still better than nothing. Good to know. It's an Ace Attorney reference, which I played 0 minutes of, but I'm familiar through the memes anyway. So Diego Armando heading on out to see what he can get done here. And like I said, there's just going to be an Adept out because Chrono Boost is a thing. Expansion on the way here from ShoWTimE. Expansion on the way from INnoVation. Both these players are pretty much on par. Just for doing whatever they want to do right now. Nobody is down. Nobody has to worry about much. This could be a proxy from ShoWTimE, or just rather a ninja tech something. And yeah, I mean, you bruised a couple of those probes, but when the Adept shows up, you're out. It's just that's all there is to it here, man. Adept knows where the Reaper's gonna go. ShoWTimE has a good sense of what's going on here, and yeah, Reaper. Diego Armando, I don't think he's going to get any cups of coffee today. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if he can get something done. But, oh, there's a Stalker and an Adept now? God, it's so brutal. Man, the reaction timer from ShoWTimE, he's just killing it here in the early stages of this match. Probe trying to see, just came over here to check for a third base, a quick third. And there's not, just Marine production on the way, Starport coming in, and I don't see Widowmine drop in the future here. I feel like Morse is going to be maybe a Marine tank style push. Maybe pulling the boys on that. We'll have to see. Bunker at the front. He is worried about some Adept Stalker-style harass. Bunkers are really useful in that situation. Against Adepts especially. It is going to be a blink opening from ShoWTimE. Got ourselves a robotics facility coming in. Adept shades in to see what's what. The answer is nothing really to see here. Ooh, it's going to be Cloak Banshee. Which was not scouted by ShoWTimE. I see. Alright, so Cloak Banshee coming up. Third base warping in from ShoWTimE. No sign of a third CC here. This might be a little bit greedy from ShoWTimE here in game number 1, you guys. I don't think INnoVation's planning on going for a command center for a little bit of time here. He is going to go for a bit of a 2-base push. If it doesn't work, he'll expand behind it. But ShoWTimE to hold this on 3 bases might be a little bit tricky. I mean, Protoss is pretty good these days. Especially if you get into the Colossus, which are really good against Terran. Disruptors can be pretty good. Storm is really good. Adept shading in. Just really not any more information than what she got the first time she was in there. Really. But Cloak Banshee coming in. Observer Chrono Boost, first of all. Smart. Because ShoWTimE doesn't know what it is. He recognizes it could be Cloak Banshee, so he's going to be ready for it. He's got Stalkers in the natural base. He doesn't have any anti-air in the main. But they are Blink Stalkers, which means they can move pretty quickly. Still no third base out of INnoVation. Check this action out. Alright, well, here come a bunch of Marines. That Reaper is still alive. Does he have a kill? No kills for Diego Armando. Let's see if he can get any, though. This is just a Marine tank style push. Coming on in, gonna set up on that third base. Blink Stalkers can be pretty good. No, Diego! Diego's gone. Banshee's getting... the Banshee's going to town on the pros because the Stalkers have to deal with this. Oh, man. So the Stalkers are going to try to take down the tank. They can't quite take down the tank. The Banshee's moving into the main base right now. How many kills are you going to get? 5 kills already. The third base, my ShoWTimE, is going to go down. I told you, this was a little bit premature from ShoWTimE. All he's got is Blink Stalkers to handle this. Doesn't have any Zealots to charge on in. He doesn't have any Disruptors or Colossus yet. Oh, this is brutal. This is absolute brutality out of INnoVation. He's just everywhere that ShoWTimE is not. This Banshee has full HP and 10 probe kills. INnoVation's up 46 to 42 workers. An Immortal wandering in to finish off that siege tank. And Stalkers come from the backside, but there's another tank what's showing up. This bunker's not going to finish. The Zealots don't have charge, although it is being researched. This Banshee, though, 2 Banshees are here now. Oh my gosh, 19 probes have been killed. ShoWTimE saved his third base, and he's chasing away the main army, but his economy is in the toilet. The good news is Chrono Boost is a good spell, and he can go ahead and recover those probes pretty effectively. The chase back is getting some Terran units here. Army supply is bigger for ShoWTimE right now. So ShoWTimE took some hits, but I think he's going to be all right. INnoVation's third base is done. He is making SCVs off of it. He's upgrading to an orbital. Does he have the ability to land it against this little motley crew of an army that ShoWTimE has? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not convinced that that is the case, but Banshee coming into the third base. Dude, sheer Banshee kills today. I think they're all Banshee kills on the probes. 21 probes down. Banshee goes down, but in the first 6 minutes to lose 21 probes is just really problematic. Alright, so again, ShoWTimE, I feel like he's okay. Look at him. He's at 53 workers. Again, he lost 20. His army supply is about the same size as INnoVation's. That third base does land, and I kind of feel like he could walk over and take care of it, but I might be worried about getting backstabbed in the process because he's really playing close to home right now. Robotics Bay warping in now. There it is. We might go for those Colossus, as mentioned previously. Could also be Disruptors. Disruptors are definitely a bit more of a when behind, go Disruptor. We'll see. Anyway, auto turret harass here with the Raven. Raven taking some shots. A little beefy, Ravens are, but that's also... there is a safe spot here on Ephemeron. Who knew? Safe spot. 1 kill on that Raven. INnoVation pushing Marine Tank Marauder with some Widowmine support. Army supply is suddenly 62 to 46. INnoVation's managed to macro up pretty hard here off of his 3 bases, which he's already saturated. This is just going to be a really tough holdout of ShoWTimE. If he doesn't have any splash damage at all, he does have charge lots. He does have force fields. The Widowmines, one of them going down without accomplishing anything. But the Zealot's getting picked off with a wild abandon here, too. There are Colossus and Disruptors in production. But I don't know if they're going to get out in time for this to really mean all that much. Trying to jump on top of this army with the Zealots. Not really working out for them. Nice with the stim and the 1-1, and the concussive shell is almost complete here. It's a really tight hold. Shield battery comes up, does a little bit of healing on that third nexus. Not much. Colossus arrives. There's nothing really to buffer for it, though, and it doesn't have extended thermal lance. Colossus has to get a little bit too close and does end up getting picked off, and that's your good game. INnoVation takes game 1 here in this best of 5. It's not over for ShoWTimE. This is still just a game 1, everybody, but boy, howdy. That was pretty good from INnoVation. You'll notice it's pretty even, and then the Banshees show up, and he takes a huge lead in economy. Then ShoWTimE recovers the economy, but then the army is a little bit too big when it comes over for INnoVation. Just too many units coming out there. ShoWTimE spent a lot of time and a lot of resources replacing those probes. INnoVation was able to get up that army, and yeah, the Colossus would have been here sooner. The Disruptors would have been here sooner, except for all the death on the economy there. It is so hard to win a game if you lose 20 workers in the first 6 minutes, no matter what race you are. And ShoWTimE, problematic there in game at number 1. So yeah, 22 probes to 2 SCVs is the ratio on that. Not great. The one Disruptor, the one Colossus, and one Immortal all went down. 22 Zealots, 30 Marines died to win this battle. Only one tank got killed. Both Banshees went out. And resources lost about double for ShoWTimE. Not great. Not a great opening for ShoWTimE, but again, we can recover and rally in game number 2. Let's see what happens there. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 is here on Eternal Empire. Top right, INnoVation. Bottom left, ShoWTimE. Hey, you ever checked out the Falcon Paladin Hour? It is a weekly podcast with me and Samacron. We talk about StarCraft 2 quite a bit, make bets on it, and I lost the last one, but if you want to know what the punishment was, you need to listen to the podcast. Just search Falcon Paladin in your podcast app, no matter what it is, no matter what platform, and it's even on the internet, you guys. Just pull up a browser, search Falcon Paladin Hour, and you can listen to it streaming from a web page. It's really easy to find, and yeah. If you're looking for something to do while you're quarantined, that is a pretty good option. Probe scouting, just making sure there's not an SCV there planning to make a barracks. But no, INnoVation is not interested in, actually doing anything other than making a barracks inside his own base. All right, man. God, INnoVation. I told you he is terrifying. I told you. He drew those stalkers away from the natural base towards the third base by sending an army over there and then sent the Banshee into the natural base. And that was the beginning of the end of game 1. Oh, that was a trip. I don't play Protoss very much, but jeez. INnoVation looks Terran, or makes Terran look overpowered. But hey, Mara won the last GSL Super Tournament. So maybe it's the age of Terran with Beyond coming back as well. You never know, Terran players. Maybe we'll actually see a Terran champion of the Global Finals here. Do they call them Global Finals anymore? It's not WCS anymore. It's ESL. And from what I understand, from talking with Samacron about this, they're going to make Katowice the actual World Championship. But it's going to be in 2021, but it's going to be for 2020. It's a little bit weird how they're doing this, but apparently the Global Finals, whatever they're going to call them, are going to be held in Katowice in 2021. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds pretty awesome to me. I don't know if it's going to be part of BlizzCon. It's not going to be part of BlizzCon, obviously. I don't know, man. It's a weird year, and especially considering all this coronavirus stuff. I don't know what to expect from anything anymore. Nothing seems predictable, which can be good and can be kind of scary. Stargate opening from ShoWTimE. Who goes Stargate opening against Terran? ShoWTimE does. That's who. Depth checking around, trying to see, is there a Reaper? There's not actually today. The Marine first, holding the Zollinga Watchtower. Hellions in production. Starport coming in. We're 1-1-1-ing it. Just allows for a lot of flexibility as a Terran player. It's a build that you should know. And from there, it really kind of depends on what you want to do or what your opponents are doing. And that's the trick of StarCraft. You can have a nice little opening build, but from there, no one can tell you what to do to win every game. Just not going to happen. It really depends heavily on what your opponents are doing. So, we have an Oracle. Do we have an Oracle name ready? I did not expect an Oracle to show up here in all places. Let's see. Oracle names. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so Oracle is the Iron Giant. Centuries ago, a robotic conqueror came to Earth. However, a child taught the giant that it didn't have to be a gun, but could be Superman instead. To save the town, the Iron Giant grabbed a nuclear missile and flew into space. When the nuke detonated, it launched the Iron Giant's AI core into the cosmos. The Protoss found the core and stuck it into an Oracle, forcing the Iron Giant to be a gun. Ooh, that's brutal. Brutal stuff here. Adept ends up with 1 kill and taken out by Marines, so maybe it didn't quite pay for herself there at all. But did bruise some of these Marines and maybe makes it easier for the Oracle to get stuff done. I kind of like this, actually. You can win this. Kill that, and then you can kill the 4. Oh, I believe you can do it, ShoWTimE. All right, well, I guess other Marines are on the way. It is more Banshee Cloak. Did he see the... Probably saw the Banshee coming over, too. So ShoWTimE should be a little bit more ready for this Cloak Banshee. I say that as, he doesn't seem at all ready for this Cloaked Banshee. Hellions trying to get something done, but, okay. 1 kill on that one. 0 kills on the other one, so, nah. Is that a cannon? Shield battery. All right, so shield battery is enough to hold against one Banshee for quite some time because they don't hit fast enough to do enough damage to get through the HP and the shields of these Banshees. Double Oracle cruising around cannot help. There's the Banshee. The Banshee trying to keep... What are you doing over here? Or you could go kill it. All right. Well, not kill... Whatever. It's got cloak, I guess. But making it cloak up there would be nice. I don't know. I guess the detection here is going to be the Oracles with Revelation. And then Phoenix to deal with the Banshees directly. So, kind of like this. Kind of like this from ShoWTimE. We got a third base down fast again. And I think this is actually faster than the last game, which is pretty fantastic for him. Army supply is a little bit heavier right now for INnoVation. Now it's actually bigger for ShoWTimE. I like this a lot. I like what ShoWTimE is doing. He's really trying to get back in this series, trying to tie this thing up. Let's go. Let's go 1-1 into a game 3. That's where you want to be against INnoVation. I mean, you probably want to be up 2-0, but being 1-1 is not horrible either. This turns it into a best-of-3 series is why it does. So a lot of Adepts out. They have Resonating Glaives. They do not. So regular Adepts with Phoenix. Is this Phoenix Adept? What is happening today? Is this early Legacy of the Void? He's just... I don't know about this. I really don't know about this play. There's the lift. And there's a cancel. Yeah, ShoWTimE's like, oh, I don't like that the Raven is here. I don't like that there are Hellions and Marines and Cyclones. And a Banshee. We're just going to pull back a little bit. Sit on our third base. Sit on our better worker count, 56 to 49. Hasn't lost any workers, which does bode well for the German Protoss. And INnoVation. Any sign of a third? Once again, just seems late. Oh, never mind. It's right there. It's over here. Who builds a third over there? Very strange. We're going to land the third base now. I feel better about this. I mean, if the Adepts had Resonating Glaives, maybe you could get something done with this, but I don't understand. Nice stasis. Oracle managed to get out of there. Iron Giant, don't die in this game. It will be sad. I mean, Iron Giant already died once in our childhoods. We don't need that to happen again, right? Right. Disruptor's in production. Disruptor might actually get something done in this game instead of just instantly dying like it did in game number 1. I actually went back and watched that battle, and yeah, the Disruptor comes in, throws a Nova out, and then gets sniped. It died before that Nova even exploded. It was rough stuff, man. That is rough, buddy. Wait, what was that sound? Something happened. Phoenix trying to make something happen in the natural base, but there's a turret up because obviously the Phoenix count is fairly high. And INnoVation's like, you know what? Let's just go. Let's get over here. Disruptor going to be really, really big in the upcoming battle against all this ground bio. These Widow Mines are in the mix. Another missile turret is up at the third base. The main base has one. That's all it really takes for Terran, guys. Invest in missile turrets. They're going to help you quite a bit against those pesky Protoss and against the Zerg in case the Zerg decides to go Mutalisks. Which, you know, sometimes happens. Phoenix, try and maybe sort of try and... Oh, got a Phoenix. What control out of INnoVation there. That was great. Third base up and running, and it's a little bit behind, but I mean, income-wise, it is favoring ShoWTimE, but not by a whole lot. It's about 200 minerals per minute there, which isn't really going to be enough to win the game for ShoWTimE. More medevacs cruising on over. INnoVation's working on his 2-2. His 1-1 is complete. Revelation continues to get tossed down, which is extremely annoying for Terran players and Zerg players alike. It's this Revelation that lasts 41 seconds and just... You can't shake it. You can't fix it. You can't hide from it. Like other forms of detection that exist, you can kill. You can get rid of, but not this one, man. This one is 41 seconds and donezo. Colossus are out. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done. Charge almost done too. All right, ShoWTimE is in a much better position here in game number 2. Fourth base coming up from INnoVation, though. Dang, INnoVation. His macro is scary. It is really, really scary right now. All right. So INnoVation just kind of dancing around a bit. I don't think he wants to commit, but I think the longer he waits, the worse this is for him. I'll take a free Adept, though. Why not? Free Adepts are free. ShoWTimE decides he needs to go ahead and take a fourth base since INnoVation already is. Oracle picked out of the sky. I choose to believe this is the Iron Giant. Nice stasis. Catching a couple Widow Mines in the stasis. All right. The question is, are you frozen in time in the stasis or you just can't move? It looks like they're moving. So are you conscious? You're just like looking around? Suppose that's what it is. Go get it. INnoVation isn't defending this. Don't let him get out of there. Ah, that's terrible. You could have got 2 free Widow Mines. I mean, again, it's not going to win the game, but INnoVation will take any damage he can, and over time that adds up. Any damage you can get swings it back to your side. Ground Armor level 2 coming in. Blink on the way. Dark Shrine on the way. We are getting all of the Protoss tech of all time. Enhanced Shockwave coming in. That is a good upgrade. Those ghosts increases the radius of their EMPs, which does drain 100 energy. Or 100, rather. Yeah, energy and shields off of anything it hits. If it doesn't have any energy, it won't drain any energy, obviously. But you know what I mean. ShoWTimE's a little bit tired of just hanging around. Decides to head up this right side, but we'll run smack dab into another army of innovations. And I don't know. We could probably take that, I guess. But the problem is, what do you do with this? Yeah, resources lost here, 1,600 to 800. ShoWTimE has just lost more. It hasn't been one big engagement. It's been just a bunch of smaller engagements here. So ShoWTimE needs to split up his army group. And he's done it pretty well here. INnoVation can't quite engage into that base. Not with 2 Colossus present. ShoWTimE not quite sure what to do against this. He doesn't know. He's splitting, but kind of trying to cover all of his bases here at once, and I'd say this one's the easiest to cover just because it's such a narrow choke. This one harder as there are multiple angles to attack into, and this is a ramp up, which INnoVation probably doesn't want to engage in either. So I'd say maybe watch out for attacks from the right side, but I don't know. INnoVation's not quite interested in going there quite yet either. Yeah, a couple free adepts. This is what I'm talking about. This is all it takes, is a couple free adepts. And nice EMP. Colossus goes down. Disruptor is interfered with. Oh no, this is a problem. Warping an army to try to handle this thing. There's the other Colossus here. Another great EMP coming down, though. Fantastic EMP coming down. And then that means this base a little bit undefended, although there are 4 Disruptors. Nova does catch a Marauder in that situation. Zealot's trying to get hits. A beautiful hit up on that ramp again, and ShoWTimE does manage to hold this 4th base. He holds the natural base. Army supply is 120 to 103 total in favor of INnoVation. He's going for a 5th. It's just about done at the 12 o'clock position here, too. Shadow Stride on the way from ShoWTimE. Man, we're just doing all of the things, aren't we? We really are today. And +3 attack on the way from ShoWTimE. +3/+3 in for INnoVation as well. ShoWTimE 5th base warping in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. So again, a little bit behind on economy as far as base count compared to INnoVation, but not too horrible otherwise. This is turning into a pretty intense game. Whew. ShoWTimE playing really well, though. A lesser Protoss would have just been dead already to INnoVation during that one attack of the natural base. I really feel like it, but yeah, it's just a matter of he's just picking off individual units here and there where he can. Nice force field. Banshee goes down. Oh, if he had a Disruptor here, that would have been good to send it through the force fields. That little piece of Banshee rolling up and down there. Interesting physics. Zealots going after a planetary fortress. I don't know that I've seen this in a while, but I think they're going to get it. Meanwhile, INnoVation on the bottom right trying to attack, and the Colossus are a problem, but the stutter stepping is pretty good. And the planetary does survive. Oh, 106 HP, and it's burning down. ShoWTimE saves his 4th base in the process and chases INnoVation away. Away. All right, DTs with Shadow Stride want to finish off that planetary, and I think they can pretty easily get it if they go for it. +3 air weapons is on the way from INnoVation. That's not an upgrade you see a lot in TVP, I don't feel like. What does he even have the benefits from air upgrade or air attack? I guess Liberators, fair enough. They definitely do. INnoVation sneaking in. ShoWTimE not at home. Oh boy, not at home in this natural base. Where is he? He's being stretched too thin. DTs do take down the planetary. That is a 5th base, but ShoWTimE's going to lose his natural. And he's going to be hard to dislodge from this location with the Liberators and the Marines and the Marauders and the Medevacs and the Raven. EMPs too. Let's not forget about our Ghosts. They're really important stuff. DT's actually going to finish off INnoVation's 4th base too. Another attack coming in from INnoVation towards ShoWTimE's 5th base. This is really abject chaos right now, but the problem for ShoWTimE is INnoVation's in his main, killing his production. But INnoVation, 3 base in it. The DTs can blink on top of that. On top of that missile turret, but I think this one's a problem too. Oh, ShoWTimE's losing the battle over here. That Nexus is dead. And there it is. One more hit. Disruptors do manage to save the day inside the main. Oh! INnoVation's attention was split in too many directions at once, and he did lose most of the army inside the main base. Supply 150 to 137 in favor of INnoVation. These Marauders are functionally immortal with their 3-3, and their Medivacs healing them, and the Zealots are trying to chase them down with their +3 attack, and DTs show up, and that's pretty scary stuff. But it's 45 to 62 workers. ShoWTimE has the worker advantage right now, but INnoVation has more economy, I'm assuming because of mules at the moment. INnoVation retaking a 4th base along this right side. Army supplies 113 to 87. INnoVation has a lead, but the splash damage is here for ShoWTimE. Does he? I mean, it's not really any disruptors. He only has 1 Colossus. He doesn't have any Storm because when your enemy has EMPs, Storm is not great. Also, I guess, in fairness, Archons really get hit hard by EMP as well. Nice anti-armor missile. And INnoVation is just setting up at this 4th base. He's going to try to wreck it. I think he can if he wants to, but he's worried about getting flanked on the backside. That said, ShoWTimE actually not engaging at all. So the Nexus is down. ShoWTimE's on 3 bases. INnoVation is now on 4 bases. DT's in here. Oh, these long-distance mining probes are getting picked off too. ShoWTimE needs to get in here, but the Liberators are too much. The Ghosts are too much. So many Liberators! Not enough Stalkers to handle it. INnoVation going heavy on that +3 attack. And that's your good game. INnoVation takes the 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. What a great game. What a fantastic, fantastic game there from ShoWTimE. But INnoVation, too much. Too many Liberators at the end of the day. Not enough Stalkers to handle it. Not any Tempests at all. And his largely ground-based army just was not going to be an answer for that. Both players losing several bases in the process of this game. Ended up losing 2 planetaries and a command center. On the other end, 4 Nexuses with 3 warp gates and 2 gateways. There's a lot of production down. Not that ShoWTimE had a lot of money to spend in those production facilities, but still, beautiful, beautiful play from INnoVation. Just too much of an army down south, defending too easily up north, and ShoWTimE has to tap out. All right, let's see what happens in game number 3 here. Can ShoWTimE force us to go further, or is this going to be a sweep? Dunno, stick with it. We'll be right back. Simulacrum, the site of game number 3. It's going to be INnoVation and ShoWTimE once again. Top left, Terran, he's blue. And in the bottom right, he is red, and he is ShoWTimE. Woo! All right. That was a rough game from ShoWTimE. He was in a good position, a good spot, but I just kind of feel like he got outmaneuvered by INnoVation. INnoVation just continued to poke in, see where the army was not, take advantage of that. I mean, ShoWTimE did the same thing. He was able to take down 2 bases of INnoVation's, his 2 new mining bases, which is a big deal. But at the end of the day, INnoVation has just kind of parked himself inside ShoWTimE's main base. He has too much of an army down to the south, and he has an army defending, and that's just going to be it. There's nothing ShoWTimE could have done. He tapped out at the right time. It's just when it came down to it, INnoVation had more stuff. The EMPs were just money. They really were fantastic in every aspect. And Terrans, if you're struggling against Protoss, get that enhanced shockwave upgrade. I know it's expensive. I know it takes a while to get there, but if you can use spellcasters and EMP your enemy Protoss armies, they will melt a lot faster than they usually do. I promise you that. Promise you that. Okay, so probe scouting. Gonna do a little bit more of harassment here. No big deal. Did you know that I do cast live professional StarCraft 2 out on africatv.com/laughingames every 2 weeks? Our upcoming lineup promises to be stupid good. I think it's INnoVation, Rogue, Patience, and I want to say Stats. It is a stupidly crazy, amazing, all-Korean pro lineup coming. So bookmark that page, africatv.com/laughingames. You can also get the Africa TV streaming app available on your app store, but it's me and Laughin' Games. We co-cast together. We have some pretty good chemistry, I'd say. We work together well, and if you want to see me casting live professional StarCraft 2, not this from replay stuff, but live, that is the place you have to go. All right, check it out. We had a good number of people at the last one. We had about 300, 350 simultaneous viewers. A lot of English speakers, a lot of Korean speakers. It kind of makes it interesting, but if you want to hold conversations with the people, there are going to be people there for sure. So check it out, africatv.com/laughingames, bookmark it. Reaper coming in. Reaper's name is Jester. An adorable trickster tiefling girl. Jester's playing shift spells suffered a critical failure, landing her in Menk's office. Instead of contemplating the existence of multiple realities, Jester set off to work to redecorate the room. After botching her stealth roll, Emperor Mensk found Jester in the middle of redecorating her room, his room, with images of a phallic nature. To help pay the cleaning costs, Jester was sent to the Reaper program. This is a reference to Critical Role, which is not something I've watched a lot of because their sessions are like 4 hours long, man. I don't have time to sit there and watch 4 hours straight of people playing D&D, though it is fun. I've watched a little bit. But yeah, Critical Role. Pretty good time. All right, so Jester over here trying to come in for another hit. But again, there's a Stalker, which means you're not going to get much information. This is the gas, but I think Reaper already saw the gas that was there. Anyway, Starport on the way. Ooh, Factory coming in. This could just be a Widowmine drop, which we haven't seen today. INnoVation not going for the standards, really just opting for Banshee play for more than anything else. But today it seems like we're going to see that Widowmine drop, which if you're a Terran struggling against Terran versus Protoss, another thing you can do are Widowmine drops. It's easier for you to execute than it is for the Protoss to defend. Let me just tell you that much. We will watch professional players lose 8, 10, 12, 14 probes to Widowmine drops. So what does that say against your Platinum opponents? Oh, Jester. No, Jester. Oh, the body block. Oh. The probe sacrificing a tiny bit of mining time to make sure that Jester goes down. Rough stuff there, I'd say. Marine count pretty heavy, moving out. Oh, this probe almost saw this medevac. What's our answer to a very fast Widowmine drop? We have a Stalker. We have 2 Stalkers. We have 3 Stalkers. I mean, really the trick to this... Oh, good scout, though. Got that pylon up in time. The Stalkers are ready for it. Is you make sure that it hits 1 probe. You can't stop it from burrowing, and you can't stop the medevac from getting it at all. Then you let it burrow. You make sure there's only 1 probe in the vicinity. It kills the probe. It's uncloaked. You kill it. You move on. It's a little tricky, but that's what the pros will do if they have the ability to do so. Ooh, I like the quick detection as well. And another quick third out of ShoWTimE. It almost worked for him in game number 2. Really did. 3rd CC on the way from INnoVation. The way INnoVation does it, though, is he just builds it inside of his main base, oversaturates both of his main and his natural, and then does a big old mainer transfer down to the 3rd base when the time comes. So the timing works out pretty much the same for ShoWTimE and INnoVation, I would say. I mean, this is an oversaturation by ShoWTimE here at the natural base already, right? Right. So Observer out. Widowmine drop can't really go anywhere. If it tries to go over here, it will die. If it tries to go over here, it will die. There is no recall, so what do? I guess you just wait. Early Colossus here from ShoWTimE, too. 5.5 minutes that Colossus is on the way. Very interesting. That Observer get picked off? Nope. Observer's here. Something died. Maybe an Adept. I don't rightly know. All right, 1-1 on the way from INnoVation. ShoWTimE is working on... Does he have forges? No upgrades yet. He is going for extended thermal lance. But yeah, I guess if you're INnoVation, just let this sit here, and ShoWTimE has to account for it with a few Stalkers, which is kind of annoying. Because if he doesn't account for it with the Stalkers, then a Widowmine drop happens, but he really just needs a Stargate. 3rd base landing. ShoWTimE's 3rd base is up and saturated. INnoVation's 3rd base is going to be saturated because there's going to be a transfer over there. Yeah, 21 there, and yep. 61 to 54 workers in favor of ShoWTimE. INnoVation did have a bit of an advantage here in economy, but it's now creeping down into ShoWTimE's side of the graph here. Yep, that 3 base full saturation. INnoVation not quite fully saturated yet, but he is making 2 SCVs at a time, and he should get there eventually. What the heck just killed probes? Ah, auto turret harass. Ooh, and got a Stalker. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good 550 losses for ShoWTimE and 125 for INnoVation. Comes a little attack into the third base. This medevac, once these Stalkers leave, I think INnoVation's going to jump right in there and take advantage. Charge is on the way. It'd be real nice if charge was done for this engagement, but I don't think it is. It's too early for that, but extended thermal lance Colossus is pretty fantastic. Here we go. Pylon down and tank fire. Oh, he blinks. Ah, blink dodge. Nicely done there. Man, the blink dodge is hard enough when it's not a chaotic situation, but this is pretty chaotic. Tank down, and now it's just a handful of Marines and Marauders, and there are 2 Colossus with extended thermal lance. So I really don't see INnoVation pushing the issue here anymore at all. He's taking a 4th base on the low ground, though, because he's on the offensive. He knows it's really hard. That medevac's still there. Really hard for ShoWTimE to pressure this 4th while he's on the defensive. So very smart play. More Colossus coming in to the point that, yes, let's double pump Vikings. INnoVation recognizes that the Colossus count is getting high and getting higher. 1-1 is getting in here. I love the skin on this Forge. That's so pretty. Beautiful. So very, very beautiful. Marines, Marauders, medevacs. Gonna lift up and maybe get into the main base. That'd be cool. Free pylon. Again, he just finds damage wherever it can be. Wherever it may be. ShoWTimE's 4th base coming up in the top right. Got a little bit of a drop prevention squad here inside the main base. And INnoVation just doing what he does, man. Just keeping an eye on you. Trying to make sure, are you going to go on the offensive? Maybe. Is there a place that I can attack you because you left it wide open? Maybe. And if not, we'll just keep waiting until one of those things happens. Saw you, Warp Prism. Warp Prism heading up this way. Okay. Zealots and Sentry. I mean, there's 2 turrets here, though. That is going to be that's tough sledding for that Warp Prism. Where are you going to go? I mean, there's an army sitting down here at the 3rd base, so that's not a great target. He wants to get in the main, but can you fly past that missile turret without dying? He's like way up north. Like, he's going for it. Oh, he's got speed. Okay, that'll help a lot. And sneaky. Oh, medevac. No! Tried to get in. Didn't happen. Here come the Zealots. Here comes the Warp-In. No! The Vikings deny the Warp-In. And the Zealot Marine combo. A Ghost dies. Sentry dies. And that could have been a lot worse for INnoVation. But he got the Vikings and he took down the Warp Prism. Smart play. That poor medevac. I like how these guys are still hanging out here. Like the medevac's still around. It's not. It's gone. You can put those in the army now. If you want. Enhanced Shockwave in production. Army supply is 127 to 115 in favor of ShoWTimE. He's got these Colossus. What's the Colossus count? 3, 8. I was going to say 6 Vikings, but there are 8 now, and 2 more on the way after that. So it's going to come down to Viking versus Colossus, which... Man, that is an engagement as old as time. That is early Wings of Liberty stuff, man. Hey, this is some free damage. All right. Like how he threw up the Guardian Shield against, like, 4 Marines, but it's cool. There you go. And what it's always come down to is, can the Stalkers kill the Vikings before the Vikings kill the Colossus? And the answer is generally, yeah, they've kind of been able to, but that was back when Colossus... were better. That was a great EMP. Look at how many of these units. Ooh, Ghost did go down, though, to that Disruptor shot. Another Disruptor shot shading away. Very, very nicely done. Yeah, Colossus used to be better. In case you're wondering, historically, Colossus, there was a time that they hit like trucks. They would massacre anything on the ground. But INnoVation wants some blood here. He's got enough Vikings to make the Colossus think twice about sticking around too long. He's picking up for some reason. What is this? Multi-pronged attack? Yeah, it certainly looks like it. He's going to try to unload... Ah, inside the main. Meanwhile, Zealot forces a cancel in the bottom left base. INnoVation's going for during this attack. Ah, the attack inside the main looks pretty problematic. I don't see anything here to stop this at all. Losing warp gates is not great at all. INnoVation just doesn't engage. He's like, your army is here. Why aren't you defending your main base? And he is. He kind of is, but I don't know there's enough Protoss to actually make this happen. Look at the no micro from INnoVation there. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. More Zealots coming in, more Stalkers coming in, but there's just too much Terran with the 2-2 here. And the Medivacs forces a recall. Another warp gate goes down. INnoVation also pushing into the top right. He's got Liberators there. He's just done so much. That top right base is as good as dead, chasing away probes from the location. Nexus out in a giant red gout of flame. ShoWTimE does manage to save his fourth base here. Or was it a fifth? Whatever it is. Loses some probes. But INnoVation sniping bases, sniping production facilities. Looking really, really good. He did lose this command center down south. I understand that. His 3-3 is done now too. ShoWTimE, you best be watching out. ShoWTimE trying to engage here, but too many Liberators. Just too much bio with the 3-3. ShoWTimE retaking that top right-hand base. Trying to deny INnoVation's attempt at going here at the 11:30, but just too much. Too many Marauders, too many Marines, too many Liberators, too much EMP. ShoWTimE is forced to hang back. He's getting scanned. Everybody knows where he is. Zealot's going to come up and try to take down this planetary fortress for the second time in 2 games. They're going for it, man. They do have the 2-2, but the repair is much better here, as there are more Zealot, or more SCVs. And once again, it just doesn't work out for him. Wait, hold on. The repair, though. Okay, the repair is really good. Oh, the engagement. Once again, ShoWTimE doesn't really want to be here. And is forced to retreat. And again, the planetary lives. And again, a bunch of Zealots just kind of got their lives thrown away there. Income has been favoring INnoVation for a bit here, but with the restoration of his top right base, ShoWTimE is now in the lead that way, thanks to this Nexus right here. High-sec auto-tracking on the way. We're working on +3 air weapons again. Once again, man, his end game just seems to be Mass Liberator with +3 attack. And the Stalkers are trying to get rid of these Liberators, but they're taking huge hits from the Marauders and Marines instead. But no, the Liberators do go down, but guess who left his top right base undefended? ShoWTimE did. Zealots chasing this army back. They're going to try to take down this planetary fortress, I think. Seems like a scary, scary thing to try to do. And yeah, maybe he's learned his lesson this time. Another ghost down. The female ghost skin does have female ghost lines. Ah, EMPs all over those Stalkers, man. Just master of EMPs here is INnoVation today. He is making TVP look Terran favored for sure. EMP on the Disruptors. One does get picked off as it tries to retreat here. Nova's trying to get hits, but not really accomplishing a lot on those. The micro by INnoVation is just too stupid good. Bottom left base, DTs are going to try to take it down, but I really feel like he's going to lose this third Nexus in exchange. And, oh, hang on, detection is present. DTs are here, and there's repair, and he gets the planetary anyway. DT damage just through the roof. Nexus down at the exact same time. Colossus trying to get hits off on these ghosts. And 3 ghosts do go down there. That's a victory, but no! ShoWTimE taps out. He knows he's on 3 bases to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases of INnoVation. Even considering this one is dead, it's just too much economy. ShoWTimE is backed into a corner, and he taps out. The 3-0 sweep is complete by INnoVation, our Terran player, and he gets the win here today. Again, really well played by ShoWTimE. I gotta say, but that income graph does not lie. That is way too much blue. to really come back. End of the day, 4 Nexuses down is a lot of Nexuses. 5 Warp Gates killed that he had to replace, too. The EMPs were just too good. And I don't know what ShoWTimE does here, to be honest. Is it just more stuff? Is it just more macro? Is it more Colossus? Maybe coming in from different angles as much as he can just so that the EMP doesn't catch everything in a clump. But it's kind of the Protoss strength as they clump everything up, and they're really strong that way. Rough engagements there overall from ShoWTimE, and that's a 3-0 win from INnoVation, who just dismantles players when he looks his best. And that was him looking his best, man. What a series. What a series. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it, because that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
you.